going on, guys? Gunskinny here. Another review. And as you can probably see in front of me, I got the Cold Steel Spartan. It's a pretty sweet knife, if I don't say so myself. Got this I'd say about a week ago, maybe a week and a half. I've been carrying it every day as in my EDC. No problems with it whatsoever. It's a heavy knife. It's big. I'll get to that later. Let's just start it out. It was designed by Andrew Demko. He did an amazing job on the knife, if you ask me. The Spartan is, if you know anything about the actual Spartans and the history of it, I mean, I've been looking into it and stuff like that, and the Spartans used what was called a kopis sword, and this is pretty much just a scaled down kopis. If you go on Google and check it out, you'll see just Google kopis, K-O-P-I-S, and you'll see. And from what I've read, kopis, the meaning of that word means I cut. And it was a sword with a forward curving blade that was primarily used as a tool for cutting meat and slaughter and sacrifice, and but it was also used as a weapon. Okay. The blade on this knife, on the Spartan, is a 4.5-inch blade. Okay. It's got a, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but a recurved blade, recurved edge, sorry. And if you look at this, the camera's not going to pick it up, but if you look at this, and you can actually feel it, but if you look this on this side of the edge, it's actually like sharpened at a different angle than this one is, and it's specifically for that slashing, and it holds an edge like really well. The blade is hollow ground, and it's made from Japanese AUS 8A steel. It also has some similarities with the Kukuri, the Cold Steel Kukuri. Like the Kukuri, it also presents its edge at an angle. Okay. And yeah, it says that it presents an angle to the material being cut to produce a deep shearing effect. Okay. However, on this one, the point is a little bit narrower and more acute than most Kukuri blades, and you can see that point on there. I mean, that's a nice little point on this blade. The handle is injection molded out of Grivory. I think that is Grivory. So that's the kind of plastic that they used. It also has on the inside, these are solid stainless steel liners on the inside. There's no cutouts or anything like that. The next thing we're going to talk about is the locking mechanism on this blade. It's amazing. The locking mechanism is called a triad lock. I'm sure you've heard of that. I mean, I've watched some torture tests on, not this one, but on the Spada, and it has the same locking mechanism. But I mean, like, I've done spine wax on this thing, and at first I didn't, I don't want to mess up a brand new knife, but I watched this video and I saw what they were doing, so I was like, alright, screw it. So I started doing some boom, and I whacked it pretty hard, man, and there was I mean, there's still absolutely no blade play in this knife at all. And they actually, if you watch the video, I might post the link up down below on the description. If you watch the video, it's pretty cool, because they take the Espada and they clamp it in, and then they take a 600-pound weight and they hang it on the edge of on the blade, and they hang it there for quite a long time, and nothing happens, it never breaks or anything like that. So yeah, let's talk about that triad thing again. Cold Steel is supposedly known for making the safest, strongest they're called rocker lock folders on the planet. They said that the cornerstone to the triad strength is the inclusion of the new stop pin that they have, and I'll explain that later. The stop pin is right up here. Okay. I'll explain that in a minute, but the stop pin redistributes the load of the vertical and positive, or the vertical, positive, and negative pressures on the lock. I drew up a diagram so I can show you this, guys. And it also it receives all the pressure, the pressure from cutting on the edge. Okay, and it transfers it into the handle and the frame, or the liners, where it can be effectively absorbed, So, here's my little diagram that I drew up. Forgive the artistic abilities, but... So this is what it kind of looks like inside this knife. Okay, there's your stop pin. Okay, so when the blade folds open, now this all this bottom part is the blade. When this folds open, the stop pin stops the blade. Okay, so whenever you're cutting and force is being pressed, and you're forcing, you have an opposite force on the edge of this blade, the blade presses into that stop pin, so it helps it from busting backwards. Okay. The other thing that's cool is that it has a negative space in between where the lock goes inward. It has this extra space here, so they call it self-adjusting, which pretty much means that as you use it, this right here, that little angle right there, it'll just wear away. You know what I mean? Over the years, it'll wear away. So that, I don't know, self-adjusting, but whatever. It's just from normal wear, it wears away. So this is like, it locks up tighter. I'm not really sure what that's all about, but other than that, guys, the weight on this is 7.5 ounces, so it's a heavy knife. Okay, blade thickness is 4 millimeters. Length, as I said, is 4.5 inches. The overall length of this blade is 10.5 inches. Okay, the handle is 6 inches long. So, yeah, it's a pretty big blade. But like I've said, whenever I first got this too, I just want to point out, like I've said, the spine locking mechanism was a little bit tough to press down to get the blade disengaged. All I did was sprayed some Ballistol in here, and I let it. I talked to a buddy about it who has the same knife, and I was like, "Hey, man, this it's really hard to press down." Whenever I first got it, at first I couldn't even get it to go down, But then after I put some Ballistol in it, he said to just put some Ballistol in it and lay it like this overnight for like 1 or 2 nights at a 90-degree angle. That's what I did. Now I don't, I don't have any problem pressing that. It's still tough to press in, but it's not catching on anything. You know what I mean? Blade out of the box, extremely sharp. It has the dual thumb plates. Okay, which is kind of like the Kershaw nerve that I have. And we'll just do a little quick comparison on size here. This is the Kershaw nerve, which I use as EDC too, compared to the Cold Steel. You can tell the difference. It's a big blade. Okay, but you can see the thumb plates that they have on here. I'm really liking those thumb plates too. I like the dual thumb plates. They're easy to deploy. It's got the enclosed spine, so yeah, it's gonna be a little bit harder to clean, but they said that these knives have like some kind of self-cleaning mechanism on them, or it's tough for the lint to get in here. Other than that, the handle is extremely comfortable in the hand. You can even tell, like, even if you're going at it like this, you're not gonna. There's not a lot of jimping on this, but you don't need it because of the way the handle's shaped. Your hand fits right in there. Your hand's not gonna go anywhere in case you get into, hand-to-hand battle or anything like that, or you get into, what I mean. If you need to use it for self-defense, you don't have to worry about your your hand slipping off of there. Pocket clip. Cold Steel's cool, man. Cold Steel's cool. You like that? It's late. I've been working all day. Give me a break on this review, please. Cold Steel gives you a extra pocket clip when you get this blade. So I mean, you could put a pocket clip here, and because it's reversible, you do carry it tip up. So I like that, and I like carrying it tip up. But I mean, if I wanted to, I could put dual pocket clips on it if I wanted to, but I don't need it. So it's not really deep carry. I guess they tried to get it as deep as they could, but it works good for me. And like I said, guys, I've been carrying this blade for over a week now, and yeah, it's whatever, 7.5 ounces. It's a heavy knife, but I've been carrying it in my back pocket, and I don't even, you know, I walk around, it's not that much heavier than a wallet. I don't even notice it. Whenever I sit down, I don't really feel it. I carry it in the back pocket, but like to the side, you know, so whenever I sit down, it kind of rides on the side. So that's about it. And like, it's one hand opening. It's really smooth as far as opening the blade up, you know. It's kind of difficult at first. You got to get used to it because it's such a big handle, but I mean, you can slide that blade right open. It locks up real nice and tight, like I said. So that's about it, guys. I mean, the blade, I mean, it's not even that bad for the price, for the size. I mean, this blade will run you around anywhere from, depending on where you get it online, anywhere from $75 to $95. So I mean, it's really not that bad when you think about it, when you're thinking about size-wise. It's a great EDC. It's a great self-defense backup weapon if you need to. I'm now carrying this every day, like I said, and yeah, it's an intimidating knife. So that's what I need. It has the last thing I want to mention is just the design on the handle. These little grooves that are cut out here. It's real nice. So this is a really decent knife for the money. Comes with the extra pocket clip. Cold Steel warranty. I think it's lifetime. Anything that happens to it, you can just send it back to them. They'll replace it or fix it. Cold Steel. This is my first Cold Steel. So I've never had, you know, I've held Cold Steels before, and I've seen them in the store, but I've never had one. I've never carried one. So this is my first one, and I've got to say 2 thumbs up to Cold Steel for this knife. It's really amazing. So if you're feeling like it, go pick one up. And that's about it, guys. I am going to have some gun videos up here soon, so don't get, I know it's called Gun Skinny. Where the hell are all the guns? So they'll be coming up here soon. I'm just trying to do some knife reviews because, you know, that's another, you know, I like knives and guns the same. So, yeah, that's about it, guys. Listen, thanks for stopping by. Be sure to check out the site, gunskinny.com. I got a couple reviews up there. I got a lot of reviews up there now. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe, guys, and take care and be safe out there. All right, later.